Hello, Nyan.
Hello,
How are you? How do you feel?
very good.
Fantastic. Let's see. So let's review, all right? Let me ask you, um, what did we talk about in our previous class?
We talk about some sport.
Sports. And then we were referring about our sports, all right?
Yes,
So I think I also assigned you a homework,
yes.
which,
The paragraph about the
yeah,
football, the basketball player đó đây là.
yeah, your favorite basketball player. All right. Would you be able to read it again for me? Well, I mean to
Okay.
read it, not again, but just to read it. Allow me 1 second. Let me share your outline. Oh, what's happened? Oh, you get
It's,
this. You get disconnected. Hmm. Let me show you something here. All right. This is the homework you sent me.
yes, I see it.
Okay. Let me just allow me 1 second before we get started. Okay. And that was part of the material, part of the book. So can you see it? Can you see that?
Mm.
Okay, so you can start. Can you read it for me? Let's read your
Stephen
homework.
Hawking. Stephen Curry is a famous basketball player. Played for Golden Stars Warrior. He began to play basketball in 2009. Oh my God,
2009.
2000. And Golden Stars
The
status
states.
Quarry status state Quarry
States.
contract with him
Contracted.
that they should contracted with him that they would pay for him $12.7 million for 4 years from 2009 to 2011. Uh, he tall 1.9 meters. His full name is Waddle Stephen Curry, 31 years old. He has a big family with wife who is Ayesha Curry, and they have two daughters, Riley and Ryan, with one son is Canaan. Yes,
Okay,
hello.
fantastic. Let me see. I see your. Allow me 1 second. Now let's just go back to the presentation. I think that was fine. Very good. Your research was very good. Um, Now we are going to continue with this new lesson. Okay, let's talk about simple past. Past simple in English. So look at here. Something that we have to or we need to pay attention to that is very important is the use of the past simple. Especially I see that for many non-native speakers of English language, one of the main problems they may have is with the pronunciation sometimes. It's sometimes with the pronunciation of the past tense. How to identify the past tense due to there are some sounds we need to pronounce to indicate the past tense in English. All right, so let's talk about the use of the past tense. Here we have different uses, especially when it comes to the verb to be. So we have the use of the use of verb to be with where or with was or were. As you can see here, we have to talk about past tense in English. Nyan, we we need to mention that there are two categories of verbs. We have regular verbs and also we have irregular verbs. In the case of the regular verbs, we are going to add to their ending or termination part ed, right? So can you read this example for me?
She worked yesterday.
In fact, when you have the k sound added to the ed, instead of being worked, it's gonna be worked. Worked.
Work.
So, all right, that's the sound. So look at there. We have some examples. We have then in affirmative, negative. Let me just go back. I'm sorry, that's not part of it. We have then in affirmative. We have then in negative, and also we have then in interrogative form.
Question.
Okay. For example, let's check now the affirmative form. Can you read this one? This example.
They were friends. They
They
were
were.
friends.
They were friends. Apparently,
Yes.
they are not anymore friends, but they were past tense. So let's see now negative form.
They were not friends.
They weren't. They were not, or well known as weren't. Weren't. It's a contraction. It's a reduction. They weren't friends. Let's see interrogation or questions.
They weren't. They weren't friends.
In this
They
case, when it
what?
comes to when it comes to the verb to be, so you may ask like, weren't they friends? Do you understand?
Mm,
Weren't.
yes.
Like you're gonna flip, all right, other way around. Instead of saying they weren't, you're gonna say weren't they friends? And then you must use the question mark because it's a question. So let's continue. Something that we need to consider is especially how to use the past tense in actions or in any other verb different to the verb to be. So in order for you to negate, to say something that is negative, I'm not saying like negativism, but something that is not affirmative, that is negative. So you're going to use did not. Did not, and its contraction is didn't or didn't. All right. Can you read this example?
She
She
didn't.
she didn't
Didn't.
she didn't work.
Yesterday.
So if you are going to ask questions or ask for a question in the present, in the past tense, you're going to use the auxiliary word did. For example,
Did she work yesterday?
did you work yesterday? So, and that is the way pretty much how we use it. So here are some examples about how to use the simple past tense. Let's talk about the usage. All right. We use the past tense. We use the simple tense, past simple tense to
To express complete action in the past.
express a complete action in the past. Can you give me the example?
I saw a ghost last.
All right. So let's see the next one. To
To describe a series of complete actions in the past.
completed
I
action in the
finished.
past.
I
Example.
finished work, walked to the beach, and found a nice place to swim.
Absolutely correct. So let's see here. Okay. So next one to express.
To express habits in the past.
Okay. Example.
Um, for stative verbs have on be think, believe, know, dislike, need, or wish.
Okay, that's gonna be when I was young. I watched lots of television every day after school. Then we are expressing habits in the past tense. All right, so another way to use this the past simple tense is for
Is for way is um
this one, stative.
oh I just say it. Oh my god. Oh okay.
Could
For
you repeat
stative.
it?
No, I remember I just say it. Okay. For static verbs, have, own, be, think,
Okay,
believe, know, dislike, need, owe, wish.
that's right. And could you please read the example? He had
He had a small cottage in the wood.
in the woods.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue. Here we are having this exercise, which is the first exercise of this lesson. Okay, so let's read the test and choose the correct answer. I want you to help me reading.
Some people call AFC Automaton the worst football team in Britain.
Britain,
Britain.
Britain, yeah.
Between May 2009 and March 2010, they didn't win a single match. In fact, they lost 40 matches in a row. Then on 12 April 2010, they played Westminster Town. They were desperate to win, and they scored in the first half. The fans went wild. Did they win the match? No, they didn't. Unfortunately, Westminster equalized in the second half, and it was a 1-1 draw. But at least Automaston didn't lose again.
Okay, so now let's
Why?
complete. We are going to complete the exercises. We are having the one and two. All right, the options one and two. Let's see here. You're gonna choose the correct option. Alder and Son, FC. Which is the correct option? Won or lost?
Um, lost.
Okay, let's check. Let's continue with the next one, and we're gonna check it now. Elder Armstrong won or lost, drew the match against Warminster. What do you think?
Hmm. Draw.
Drew?
Draw.
Okay, let's see. Number one is lost. All right, you did it well. And next one is drew. That's right. That is correct. So let's continue here. So actually, this is the same test we are having pretty much, or it's something that is pretty much what we're gonna do here is just to underline the following past simple form in the test. So here we have three affirmative regular verbs, two form of verb to be, one is in singular, one is in plural. Then we have two affirmative regular verbs, and finally we have two negative form and interrogative form. So then what I want you to do is to underline. In this case, we are going to identify those forms of the verbs, which I want you to tell me. Let's see. Three affirmative regular verbs. Can you tell me which one are those, or do you think you will need time to perform this task?
Let me think.
You can write it if you want. That's gonna be easier, I think. If you write it, it may be easier for you, Nyan.
Okay.
So remember, three affirmative regular verbs, two form of verb to be. One is in singular and the other one in plural. Then the third one is gonna be two affirmative irregular verbs. And number four, don't forget it, two negative form and the interrogative form. I think you will need to analyze the test due to the numbers of tasks.
For number one, for your affirmative regular verbs. In fact, they lost. In fact, they lost. They lost 40 matches in a row.
Okay, so let's see number two. Then we're gonna double check your answers. I'm gonna be checking your answers.
But
Number
let me, like we write a sentence. That is affirmative regular verb, right?
Yeah, in the case, and you mean number one or number two, Yan? Say
Number
that
one.
number one. In fact, that's gonna be like three affirmative regular verbs. On you check the sentences, and the ones that meets that criteria, so are the ones you're gonna choose for the number one.
Wait, I'm not really understand.
Let me explain you. All right, look at there. So let me just go back to the example. Look at there. It is indicating you to find three affirmative regular verbs, which means, for example, where you don't have to use the negation. Let me go back to show you. Look at here. So this one, for example, they were friends. Here you have they weren't friends. So which one is the affirmative of both?
They were friends.
Okay, then now we're gonna go here to the test and we are going to identify, all right, verbs that are written in the affirmative form. We are supposed to underline, but what we are doing here is just to identify these verbs in the, I can also give you the option to underline by yourself. Look at there. So you can use the pencil and underline it. Look at here. Let me, so there you have the option. Let me grab the pencil for you. Okay, so you can underline. Now I'm gonna give you the mouse so that you may be able to do it. Check if you are able to hover the mouse.
No,
Doesn't allow it to do it.
no, I cannot do anything.
Let me see.
Mm.
Not yet.
Mm, what? I cannot do anything.
Okay, let me see if I can do it right here.
Is there some error?
Okay, looks strange. Wow. Okay, there you are. You may be able now to underline.
Oh,
Look at the words. I think you may be able. Okay,
is this? No.
okay. Well, let me see. Show me.
Oh, what is this? Oh, I can control too, right? Oh,
Now you're able to see all of them. That is not valid. Give me a second. Okay, let me just give me a second. Okay, now we have to. Well, actually, you saw the answers.
oh my God, you.
That was not the initial idea, but by mistake you did it. And now I think that is under, it is disclosed. Then I want you to tell me. All right, three affirmative regular verbs.
When lows, when low equalized.
Okay, so let's continue.
I don't
Oh,
remember
we are
that.
still, okay, let me show you. I'm gonna show you here. Play,
Yeah.
score, equalize. That is correct. Two form of be, one singular and one plural. That's very easy.
Oh, I know this. Um, the worst. Wait. Let me say the plural. Matches,
Let me see.
matches. The plural.
Matches.
Body
Let's
matches in the row.
remember singular and plural form of the verb to be. In this case, is gonna be where and was. Verb to be. For the plural, is gonna be where. For the singular, is gonna be was. Look at there. Let me show you.
Yeah.
So this way we can use them. Where and was. Okay. So look at here. For example, they
were
separate
desperate to
to
win.
win. All right. So that is gonna be the way how we're gonna use it. Okay. So let's continue. Next one,
Um,
number three, two affirmative irregular verbs.
lost,
Okay.
mm,
Lost and
worst,
went.
went. I
Went.
think that worst.
Okay. Two negative form and interrogative form. We have many of them over there.
Two negative forms and interrogative. Oh, let's say, uh, did they, did,
Okay. So another one.
um, unfortunately, at least, I don't see any more the question mark
Okay.
anymore in the,
Look at there.
did they win the match and
Hmm.
no more.
Okay. So there, didn't win, didn't lose, did they lose? All right. So those are the
Okay.
ways we have over there. You were very
Did
close. So now we are going to do this exercise, Jan. Very important. And what is that we're going to do? We are going to complete the table. And after this, we're going to complete the table using the correct past simple form of play, go, or do. Let's see. Let's start with the affirmative. Simple past.
I like I I no I play
I played. Okay. We.
go
Okay. Negative. My brother.
doesn't doesn't go.
Okay. Say it again. Okay. Go. You say go.
Yes,
Remember that is referring to the past. What is the past tense of go?
went.
And then that is gonna be
My when my brother didn't go.
remember affirmative. Affirmative of the past simple. We went swimming yesterday. You know the present tense is we go swimming, and then obviously because of the simple, the past simple, right? We're gonna say went. So let's talk about the negative form. My brother,
The didn't go.
this one. My brother,
Didn't go.
they okay didn't go karate at the school last yesterday. So let's see the interrogative form. They,
Do do they did they go skiing?
okay, did they go skiing in the mountains? All right. So now let's look at this lookout box. We don't use did or didn't with the past simple negative, an interrogative form of be. So what we do is to use it this way now, like this. Can you see the example? Fred wasn't.
Wasn't at a match the match. Where were you?
Were you? All right. That's the way how we use it in English.
Okay.
Understand this?
Yes.
Very important. If there is something if you do not understand something, you can let me know because I really want you to learn this very well. Something very important in my opinion, Jan. So I want you to learn this because it's very, very important. So let me play the audio. This is what we are going to do here. We are going to listen and repeat this past simple form, which is the ed ending pronounced. So I want you to write the correct sound next to each verb. Listen to this, listen the audio so we can do it well.
Wait, what is D and T or ID?
You mean like, okay, that's the ending part. That is the way how it sounds in English. The pronunciation of the past simple. I am going to show you this right now, but I want you to perform first this task.
Okay.
Let me see. I think it's kind of strange. Oh, it's not working apparently. Okay, let me see. So now we are going to check which one is the corresponding for each pronunciation. What do you think is gonna be the sound of the? Any idea?
D.
Okay, let's say expected. What is gonna be the sound?
ED, right?
It's gonna
Okay.
be ID. All right, and what about for the ones for finish?
Finished. D.
All right, so let's check. And it's gonna be T. And what about stopped?
Start. T.
That's right. And what about scored?
D.
Scored. That's right. Bolt. Okay, or bolted in this case. What up?
ID.
ID. That is correct. Faced.
Faced. D.
T.
Okay.
And watched.
T.
Now let's summarize. Let's see the sounds. Played.
Played. D.
Expected.
ID.
Okay. Stopped.
T.
Scored.
D.
Okay. Butted.
ID.
Okay. Faced.
T.
Okay. Watch.
T.
Okay, so now let's play with the pronunciation. To me, it's very important. Let me see how it sounds from your mouth. From your mouth, all right? So let me see how you do it. Number one, no need to tell me this ending. I want you to apply this in the pronunciation so you can learn it very well. Number one, I want you to
Expected.
say I want you to say the words, all right?
Expected.
Okay, number one, expected. Number two,
Finished.
that's right, finished. And then number four,
Stopped.
stopped. That's right. Number five,
Scored.
well done. Number six,
Voted.
voted. All right. So number seven.
Faced.
All right. Number seven. Number eight.
Watch.
You did it very well. Fantastic. Allow me just 1 second, real quick. Give me 1 second, okay, Nyan? Real quick. Check the audio.
Okay. No problem.
Can you hear me?
I know I can hear you, but not the video.
Can you see me?
Yes, I see you.
Okay, fantastic. So look at this. Look at this exercise. Let me see if it's working fine. Okay, anyways, let me just explain to you what we are going to do here. So we are going to complete the test. So there we have the use of the past simple form of the verbs in brackets. There I want you to listen and check. Allow me 1 second. Want to know the reason why it's not working? Okay, so look at this. I am gonna read the question. I'm gonna read the sentences. I will help you, and you're going to complete this with the verb in parentheses.
You moved me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but I
Okay,
cannot hear any sound from the like.
from the material.
Yeah, I mean yes, that one.
Let me see. It's a bit strange. Let me see. Oh, I know the reason, or I think I know the reason. Let me see if this is what happens.
Okay, no problem.
Oh wow, no sounds comes up. Let me see. Oh, it's not working. What's happened? Let me see. Something strange is going on. Anyway, I'm gonna be checking what's happened with this, and then we do it for maybe for the next time. We can do that.
Okay,
So let's go ahead with our ideas, our brain, to complete this exercise, the tortoise and the hare. So let's see what's happened here. 2001. In 2001, 22 years, okay, 22 years old Trevor Matsipeka
arrived.
arrived at the Edmonton in Canada to compete in the World Athletics Championship. He
Dominus. He wanted
he wanted to
take a take part in a short put, but a new rule made this impossible. 2 days
okay.
before the competition, he
He
had to find a new event. He decided
he decides
on the 100 meters because the new rule uh, didn't apply to running at
did
100
not
and
or didn't apply to running.
apply to running
Okay,
at
let's see. Go ahead.
at 135 kilos. He didn't have
Okay, have
the body of sprinter,
a sprinter.
but he tried his best. So how did he do it?
How did he do
Well,
it? Okay.
unfortunately, Trevor didn't win. In fact, he came last. The newspapers
He
gave him gave him a nickname, Trevor the Tortoise. But he didn't be sad
okay.
um about his time of 14.28
Yeah,
seconds.
14
That's
28
my
seconds.
personal best, he said. Wait, how can he said? Oh, he's the people, right? The human. Oh, I know.
Okay, let's check your answers. So number one is wanted. That's right. Number two, made. You did it very well. Number three, had. Number four, decided. Only this pronunciation, I want you to pronounce correct. Decided. All right. Next one,
Didn't
didn't
apply,
apply.
apply,
Didn't
apply.
apply. Okay. Next one, he.
Didn't have,
Okay. Let me see here. He didn't have. You can continue.
but he tried.
He didn't have, but he tried. Okay. Then after that,
Did he do?
okay.
Um, did
Yeah.
he do?
He do.
He came.
Okay, he came. What else?
Gave gave
Gave.
him
That is correct. Gave him.
nick- a new nickname, Trevor the tortoise. But he didn't be sad. He said, or wasn't sad. He
Okay,
said,
he said. All right. So now let's go ahead with exercise number 6. So this is what we are going to do here, Nyan. We are going to complete the questions about this story. Where
where
I also saw, you know what? I saw a video on Facebook that recently it happens in real life. The story of the tortoise and the hare. And I saw like the tortoise won the competition because the hare stopped somewhere in between of the
oh
track. And then I saw that on Facebook. Let's see number 6. We're going to complete the questions about this story. Number
where
1, where
where wa- where was the World Athletics Championship
where did the World Athletic Championship, all right, take place in 2001? Edmonton, Canada.
in Edmonton, Canada?
Okay. So number 2. What is number 2?
Which event did they do? Did they
Okay. Which event did they do? The travel ones, I'm sorry.
uh,
So the did was correct. The other part was travel ones. Number
mm,
3. Why?
to find new event?
Why
What travel did he
okay.
have?
Why did he have to find a new event? Because of the
Because
new rule.
a new rule.
Okay, number 4. Which event?
Did have to do? Did he have to do?
Which
He got
event did he decide? Okay. So the next one, number 5. The
did
race.
did he win the race?
Did he win the race? That is correct. So number 6, blank
Was
about his time of 2:28. No, he wasn't. What is that?
was he
Was he sad? That is
uh,
correct. So then let's continue with the next class. The next topic. So now I want you to write 2 sentences and 1 phrase, all right, or sentence about what you did last week. Something that the most important, you can say there like the most important thing you did last week, but it should be in the past tense, simple
uh,
past tense. Okay, you can write 3 if you
I
want.
I went swimming last week.
Okay, I went swimming last week. Let me see the other one. Second sentence.
Uh, Last week I thought that I would go somewhere. I would.
Okay, say it again one more time.
Last week I thought that I would go somewhere. I would
I
went some.
I will. Okay, last week I was told that I was going to go.
I'm going to go.
Okay, so let's go
Okay.
ahead with the speaking part. All right. So look at here. Which of these sentences? Let me show you. You think maybe false. Look at here. The one you told me. This one. Let me show you. Okay, let me go back. So many interesting lessons in this level. So which of these sentences do you think may be correct?
Maybe
I mean,
correct.
I'm sorry. Let me explain to you. Which of these sentences do you think is not true?
What he said about his time off 1428. No, he wasn't. That's not true.
Okay, so let's see here. So especially this one, you can actually with this one, Yan. So look at there. The class that tell the actually in this one, the class votes on which sentences they think is false. Look at the explanation here. Look at there this explanation. The class votes on which sentence they think is false. What do you think about that? What is your opinion?
Yeah, what's he said about his time?
Okay. So now let's go back to some questions to recover this parts. Okay, something that is very important to me. So let me talk about this pronunciation before we finish with this. Let me just go back to this point to make sure you learn this pronunciation. Number one, can you pronounce this one, Jan?
Late,
Played, that's right. Number two,
expected,
expected.
expected,
All right, number three,
finished,
that's right. Number four,
stopped,
that's right. Number five,
scored,
scored, that's right. Number six,
voted,
all right. Number seven,
faced,
say it again.
faced,
That's correct. Okay, let me see. Number eight,
and watched.
watched. That's right. So that's pretty much the way how we use the past tense. So this is something I'm gonna tell you. Many learners, they may have difficulties. So either to identify this pronunciation or to know if sometimes they use the ED pronunciation to use these kind of sounds like the t, or the ID sound. So something that we need to keep in mind is how this pronunciation is being made in English. It's very important. If we know this, if we know that, so that'll be easy. So let's talk about homework. So as a homework, I am going to give you the exercise of your workbook. That's going to be lesson number 2. Do you have your workbook, right? Okay, that is going to be lesson number 2. Okay, exercises of this lesson number 2.
To be.
Yeah, 2B, that's right. So send me the pictures and I'm going to be correcting you.
Okay.
So Nyan, what did we talk about today in this class? What did you learn?
Pronunciation. So TDID
Okay, okay, we covered the pronunciation of the past tense. Something else we understand, something else we talked about today. What was it?
Regular and irregular verb.
Yeah, we mentioned pretty much superficially. We mentioned about that in order for us to talk about the past tense, we need to know that there are 2 categories of verbs: regular and irregular, and especially the verbs have different forms in the sentences, and those are
Affirmative,
affirmative,
negative, negative and irrogative.
irrogative, or
No,
interrogative.
interrogative.
And when I'm talking about interrogative form, what is that?
Question. Yeah.
Fantastic. You make my day. So you did it very well. It was very good for you. Now what I want you to do is just to complete the exercises, okay? And then after that, send me the picture as usual. Nyan, you did it very well today and you make me feel very happy with the homework, with your participation, and I clearly see that you understand very well the lesson. So see you in our next encounter. And whenever you're ready with the exercises, please send me the picture through Zalo.
Okay.
Well, yeah, see you next class.
Bye.
Bye, see you.